Have you ever walked out of school feeling like they taught us everything except the stuff that actually matters in real life?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I can solve quadratic equations, but no one told me how to negotiate a salary, manage stress, or even understand credit cards.
Exactly. And that's what we're diving in today. Those secret lessons school never bothered to teach us. By the way, if you've ever felt unprepared for real life, drop a yes in the comments right now. I want to see how many of us are in the same boat.
Oh, I see a ton of yeses popping up already. Okay, let's start with the first one, financial literacy. Most schools barely scratch the surface. You graduate, get your first paycheck, and suddenly adulting hits like a ton of bricks.
And it's terrifying, right? You've got taxes, bills, rent, insurance, and no clue how to prioritize. I remember my first paycheck. I spent it all in one weekend and felt like a genius at the time.
Classic mistake. And here's a question for our viewers. What's the first thing you did with your first paycheck? Comment below. I'm curious.
Let's move to another big one, mental health. Schools love to focus on grades, exams, attendance, but they rarely teach you how to manage anxiety, handle failure, or even just deal with social pressure.
Absolutely. And it's not just personal. It affects work, relationships, everything. I've had days where I was so stressed, I literally couldn't focus on anything. If only someone had taught me coping strategies early on.
Here's a quick tip that schools never taught me. Journaling 5 minutes every morning can drastically change your mindset. Seriously. And for everyone watching, if you've tried journaling or meditation, type "I tried" in the comments. I want to see who's ahead of the game.
Nice. Now, here's one that blew my mind. How to communicate effectively. Think about it. You spend years learning literature and grammar, but no one teaches you how to persuade someone, express boundaries, or resolve conflicts.
Right. And that's a skill you literally use every single day in life. I once tried to negotiate a simple contract and failed miserably because I didn't know the right approach. It was painful.
Ouch. All right, another one. Critical thinking. Schools teach facts, but rarely teach us how to question information, spot biases, or think independently. And in today's world, that's one of the most important skills you can have.
Totally. And speaking of independence, let's talk about time management. Schools force schedules on you, but once you're out in the real world, if you don't manage your time, everything falls apart.
Exactly. And here's a challenge for our viewers. Pick 1 hour this week to plan your day in advance and see how it changes your productivity. Comment challenge accepted if you're in.
Love that. Okay, let's touch on emotional intelligence. Schools teach science, history, math, but almost never teach empathy, self-awareness, or how to handle your emotions in high-pressure situations.
And that's huge. Emotional intelligence determines how well you connect with others, handle conflicts, and even succeed professionally. If you think grades were enough, think again.
And here's a personal story. My first job, I had no idea how to handle criticism. I took it personally every time, but learning emotional intelligence changed the game completely.
Same here. And speaking of skills school ignored, basic life skills. Cooking, taxes, budgeting, cleaning. Suddenly, you're in the real world and expected to survive.
Exactly. I once burned pasta and called my mom in panic. It's hilarious now, but I realized no one preps you for real-life emergencies.
And here's something controversial. Networking. Schools barely touch on it, but it's often more valuable than your grades. Knowing how to connect, build relationships, and open doors is life-changing.
Absolutely. And for everyone watching, think about someone who influenced your life outside school. Drop their name in the comments. Let's give them a shout out.
Okay, now let's shift gears to mindset. School often teaches perfection, but life rewards adaptability, resilience, and creativity. You can't memorize your way to success.
Spot on. And the best part, these are skills you can learn anytime. Nobody has to wait for school to teach them.
That's the takeaway. Life is the real teacher. But here's the twist. If you know these lessons early, you get a huge advantage.
And that's why we're sharing all of these today. By the end of this episode, you'll have a list of lessons you can start applying immediately. And if you're ready for that, hit like and subscribe now. We have so much more coming in future episodes.
Oh, we're not done yet. Let's dive deeper. How about the art of failure? Schools make you fear failure, but life shows you that it's one of the best teachers.
Exactly. Some of my biggest wins came after my worst mistakes. And for the viewers, type "fail forward" if you've ever turned a failure into a success story.
Here's another one, decision making. School gives you assignments, but no one teaches you how to make tough decisions with incomplete info. That's a skill you need for your career, relationships, and finances.
And negotiation skills. Most adults realize too late that they could have earned more, gotten better deals, or avoided conflicts if only someone had taught them the basics in school.
We're just scratching the surface. Mindset, risk-taking, creativity, leadership, schools touch on none of it in a meaningful way. And that's why discussions like this matter.
And here's our final challenge for viewers. Pick one skill we talked about today and commit to practicing it this week. Comment below which one you'll focus on. We'll feature some in the next episode.
If you implemented even one lesson from today, your life could be dramatically different. And imagine if you applied all of them over the next year. Insane results.
So remember, school teaches facts, but life teaches skills. The sooner you start learning them consciously, the faster you grow.
And if you loved this episode, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe so you never miss the lessons school forgot to teach.
Absolutely. And for next week, we'll be uncovering the hidden habits that make some people wildly successful, and you won't want to miss it.
That's right. So hit that notification bell and join us next time. Your future self will thank you.